So I accidentally turned off my camera, so this is going to be part 2, hand sewing. But anyway, okay, so this is the clamp that I have. You can just get it from any Harbor Freight store or whatever, or any hardware store. But I have my 2 pieces here. Kind of gotten unlined. But anyway, have them here, and this is going to make it a lot easier for hand sewing, especially if you need to punch through with the awl. You're going to have some more to push upon instead of using your hands to be the one that holds it. So I'm going to take my string here. Just ignore my shop. It's really messy. Sorry. And I'm going to take my first needle and I'm going to put it through here. And what I'm going to do is, this is kind of hard doing this one-handed. I am going to, whoopsies. Okay, I'm going to line it up. And that would be good if I did not drop my thing. Okay, sorry, more technical difficulties. Okay, so I have my needles lined up here. Just gonna drop that back one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front one through this, and as you see, whoops, I'm going to push it through to the other side. You kind of gotta just work with it. If it doesn't fit through the hole, just kind of move it back and forth and just kind of play with it a little bit. I have broke many needles before, so, and it's okay if you do, just always have extra. But see, I'm going to pull that through, and that's going to create the front of my stitch. And I'm going to go ahead and take the back one. See how I went from side to side on that one. And then I'm going to come around the back here, and I'm going to go back through with the second side of the hole that I just used. Whoops. And I'm going to, again, just kind of play with it and just kind of get it. Of course, this would be a lot easier with 2 hands. Just kind of play with it and get it work out, but don't bend too hard because you don't want to break your needles. So, like I said, if you do, it's okay. And then I pull this through, pull that one through. As you see, I have my, I don't know why this isn't very clear. There we go. I have my stitch on the front, and I have my stitch on the back, and that's what's going to, let me make sure you got that. Stitch on the back, and that's what's going to create your lock stitch, like the machine does. And so then I'm going to take this one that I just pulled through from the back, and I'm going to push it through my next hole. Gonna pull it tight. Always make sure you pull them tight. And then I'm going to take this back one, and I'm gonna go through this next hole there, and then I'm just gonna, like I said, this is kind of hard with one hand. If you need to, you can kind of pull it out. Hope I can just kind of, it's the eye of the needle that kind of gets stuck. So, and again, if you're having a lot of problems with pulling it through, I probably didn't get these, whoopsie, and there we go, I just broke it. So what we're going to do is, this is good, so you can see what happens. It broke, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. Just going to put on a new needle, and I know that's bad, you don't want to break, but I'm putting a lot of pressure on it because I'm not using both of my hands. So this, it won't happen that easily. Sorry, I'm threading my needle again. Okay. So I have my thread again, and since we did break on that hole, what I'm going to do is kind of take the awl and I'm going to poke it through again. So see, I have and then pull it back straight out, always straight out. And we're going to try this again. It's okay. This is what can happen, so it's good that that happens so I can kind of show you problem solving. Getting it done. So we're going to try this again. Feeling some tension on it, like it's not going to come again. Like I said, it's a lot easier with two hands. Let me pause this so I can get... Okay, so I have it pulled through now. Then I'm going to come back through this one. See how easy that was? So it's just that darn little hole. And as you'll see on the front here, whoops, I have my stitch. And then on the back, my stitch. Now, when I was done stitching, some people will just, excuse me, just tie a knot and cut it off. But what I like to do, just to be sure that I was sturdy enough, is I would go back through, and we're going to mess with that darn hole again. Just go back through as if I was sewing, kind of just going in reverse, like I do with my machine when I finish it off. Back tack. This darn hole is not being my friend today. Hold on. Okay, sorry for the pauses, but okay, so I got it back through. And I'm going to take it and then I'm going to go through the next one. And I'm just going to kind of carry on back like as I was going forward. But I'm going to do it back a few stitches. That way you have they call it back tacking. And I do it on my machine. And just that way it kind of holds it together better. You know, the thread is a lot better held and a lot sturdier. And then when I would be done with that, I would then take it and then I would tie a knot. It was just an extra precaution that I used. That way my items would not come undone. And so of course I'd go back through and then I'd take them and then tie them together, and that would be that. That's all I can think of right now. And you can see, show you here on my machine, the difference in stitch. The machine is definitely going to be the one that, you know, is going to do the most even stitches. And then you look on the back. But, you know, hand sewing, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, this isn't perfect. You know, I would definitely, if I was putting more effort into it, I would not let my holes get that big. That was just because my awl is not sharpened. That's another thing, is you want to always make sure that this point, see, it's just kind of dull. It's not very sharp. You want to make sure that this is sharpened. And what you can do is take, oh, I don't have it, but it's called wet dry paper. You take it and then you just run the awl on it. And you just sharpen it, but make sure you keep the diamond shape. Tandy has a better video on that than what I can show you. So that's kind of what was the problem here. As you can see, it was really big holes because I kind of had to, again, move it around, which you don't want to do. You just want to push in and pull straight out. And also, this is really thick leather. You can try out, just to be easier on you, hand sew thinner leather. I mean, you could try a 6 to 7 ounce, and it would be a lot easier on you, on your hands. So, and like I said, I'm not the perfect hand sewer. That was another good thing about the machine, is it it does do perfect. So it kind of helped, but that's hand sewing. Let me show you, I'll show you hand sewing, and then I'll kind of just show you sewing by the machine real fast, just so you can kind of see the difference, okay? Okay, I will show you now with the machine. As you can see, it's just kind of going along, and I'm wanting to go ahead and then I'll just finish off my stitch, and I'll just show you. Of course, I need to hold it to kind of make it a little bit better. I'm not back tacking very well right now. But I just wanted to show you this because I kind of wanted an excuse to sew on my machine. But as you can see, there is a sewed stitch and then a hand stitch. So you know, I mean, you can get you can get really good with the hand stitching. Like I said, I'm not the best, but it just kind of shows you how to do it. And then, like I said, you take with it what you want and how you want to sew. So that is that. And thank you for watching, and I will upload these now for you. And if you have any questions, just feel free to message me. Alright, thanks. Bye.